everyone, Leslie Ray here with a Tuesday tutorial by Digital Delights by Levy Lou. Today I'm going to show you a technique using colored pencils and to color the digis. And for this project I'm going to use the Movie Night Molly Mousse, the Movie Night Digital Pack, cardstock, and I printed this out on laser printer to make it easier to work with, colored pencils, and then a solution, either Gamsol or mineral spirits, or you could even use baby oil, some paper stumps, and a nail file or some sandpaper block. Let's get started. Okay, here's our little image. Let me talk to you a little bit about the products we're using. I've pulled out the pencils I want to use for this. I am using Prismacolor pencils. I like them because they have a high pigment content in their leads, and so that's why I chose these. I understand you could get similar results using the brand new Spectrum Noir pencils, and also Crayola Crayon has a really nice pencil. So if you have a favorite colored pencil that you like to use, then certainly use those. Now I have paper stumps, and these are paper stumps. These are solid, they're not hollow. You need to use the solid ones, they're easier to use. And the way you clean them is with a piece of cardboard, or of emery board or nail file or sandpaper, and you just simply turn them to get any color that's on them, because as you use them you'll get color on them, and you just turn them on the emery board to keep that point and to clean off that color. So I'll show you closer when we get some color on there how I clean those off. And today I'm going to use Gamsol. This is a blending solution that works super with colored pencils. You could also use mineral spirits, or you could use your very own baby oil. I've even used baby oil, but this is great, and it comes with like a little lid here, and if you take this and squeeze it just a little bit, you've got, this is wet up here, so that when you tip it with your stump, you can see it pulls up that liquid, and this is what you're going to use to mix in your colors. So let's get started. I like to use a couple of colors, just like when I'm drawing or using my alcohol markers, where I have some lighter colors than I use. And for this technique, I like using kind of a circular motion. You can use any kind of coloring technique, but a circular motion works really well. And I'll just lay it in some light color, because I'm going to have some light color here. And you lay on these colors just like you would for, like we did with the watercolors, where we're going to come back and actually pull those colors out. So lay this color on, and this technique allows for a lot of blending, which is why I like it. You can blend almost as well as you do with your watercolors. I'm going to grab another color brown here, and I'm going to put a little bit of this dark color in where I'd want a shade, kind of. If you like coloring, this is an easy way to get some colors on and then blend them. And the blending gives you a nice, rich feel. What's nice about this is, unlike the alcohol inks, alcohol markers, it doesn't have to really be wet, because you're going to come back with your wetness, your wet solution on top of it. So this brown, I've got about 3 shades of brown. I've got like a beige, which is the middle, and then I've got this medium shade, and then I'm gonna come back with a darker shade. This is kind of our medium shade right now. The Prisma pencils are really nice and creamy. They have a wonderful texture for coloring. And then we'll put a little bit of color in here. Kind of leave his antlers a little bit pale, like with his nose. And we need to come around these glasses. Okay, I'm going to go with my darker pencil around where he's supposed to be darker. Right now, you see I'm just laying on color. I will come back and add in the Gamsol to get a nice blending of these colors. You can certainly go darker if you want to. Depends on how much color you like laid down. I like the softer, rich look instead of the really dark look. This last little paw here. And I'm going to color down in here where his little tongue is. A little bit of tuft of pink in there, a little tuft of pink in here, a little tuft of pink where his cheeks are, a little tuft of pink in his blue, or his belly. And then I'm going to put in some colors for his hat and his cup. I like these bright green and purple colors, so I'm going to color that in. A little dark. And same with the purpley color. This is going to be come back in with this darker color on this. And again with the cup down here. Purple straw. That'll be fun. And then this. And the light green. Okay. And then I'll wait doing his little glasses to last. I do want to add a little black into his hoofness. Just a little. I don't get too carried away with the black. So black just looks so dark on there. Okay, so I've got him kind of colored in except for his glasses. And we're going to come back in with his glasses in a little bit. I need to color that spot in the middle. Hang on, right here. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to start with my stumps. And I started with them all clean because I like to just start that way. And I'm adding some Gamsol to the tip here. And I'm going to go into these lighter colors because starting with the lighter will keep my stump clean longer. And I'm going to start blending. And I'm just using little circle motions and blending that color in. And this is where I'm glad I used a laser printer, because if I go over that black line, it's not going to drag that black color in there. Only the pencil color will be dragged. So here is where I'm going in to that first layer where we have a little bit of brown in there. And I'm bringing that down. Or pushing it up to the edge, whichever the case may be. And if I want to drag it down a little more, just add a little more Gamsol, makes it move a little better. But you can see where those colors are blending together. See? So I'm going to keep going. On around. Neat thing with colored pencils, if you mess up where you're coloring, have one of the white erasers near you, because those erase so pretty and do a good job, a clean job. And this is what I like of the pink here. I'm just going to blend that out a little bit. So you just get a hint of pink on his cheeky. If I wanted to lay more color on, I certainly could. That would be an easy thing to do at this point. Okay, get his antlers colored in. And this goes pretty quickly, getting the blending done. I love this look. It looks very, very detail colored and has layers of color in it. Love that with his little antlers. And then I kind of blend in his ear. And come over here and blend in this ear. And again, I'm working the lightest areas first. So now I'm going to go down to his belly button area. of work right up to the edge of that cup without pulling that color in. And then down here on his hoof, start working that and start getting that darker color. Okay, so now let's go into the face and start pulling in these darker colors. I'm going to start here to kind of grab that and grab around his eye here. And come back in with that. Again, grabbing around. Going across, being careful not to pull in the purple because I don't want purple, brown, and little moose. And then bringing in the rest of this color. There we go. Love that. And then coloring his ears. Red needs pretty colored ears. And then onto his belly. And I can go, now that I'm kind of done with some of this detail around his face, I'm going to move to a little bit bigger stump to help this move faster. So here we go. So I'm going to go into his feet. Still kind of working in circle, circle, circle. I might come down here a little bit with, well, I still have some of this color on here. Bring it down on his nose just a little bit. And then finish up these hooves. And then I'm going to do the greens first. So get those in there. And do the lighter green on top. And start working that darker green. Yeah. Grab just a little more color of that dark green right there. And pull that in to this. I love that. Now, the last thing we have on him are the purple pieces, and then we'll finish that detail up with the gold. And so now I'm going to grab this purple. This needs just a little more color to it. It's just not pulling the color like I wanted it to. Here we go. Get a little more purple in there. I like the way the purple's pulling through here. There we go. Much better. Now, after this is done, yeah. Now, what I want to do is I want to get the dark color off of here, because I'm going to go around with a light gray and kind of help my piece pop. So first I'm going to take this off like this. Okay. Almost done. There we go. And then I'm going to grab my gray and I'm going to go around the spots here. Just kind of go around them, kind of like you would with your alcohol markers to make them pop. And you could even use grays to go in and layer in for your shading instead of the colors. I've shaded with my colors today, but you could go in with grays even and shade with grays instead, and it would work very nice with the Gamsol or the mineral spirits. Things to remember when you're working with your stumps: keep them clean of the color you're using, and also work in little circles, and that makes it work really well. So, okay, so we have that. I'm going to go ahead while I'm here and put in my gold. For his little glasses. There we go. That looks good. Touch up this eyeball here. And then I'm going to, with the piece that I cleaned, I'm going to get it nice and damp, and just come in here and start pulling that color with little bitty circles all around. Soften that edge. This one you do want to use a fairly big stump to make that go a little faster. See how nice that looks as you soften that out versus that. I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. So I'm going to finish the coloring, and then on the blog you will see the finished card. I'm going to use some of the movie night papers to finish my card and make it nice and perfect. So if you have any questions about this process, please feel free to either comment on the blog or comment on the YouTube, and I will do my best to answer any questions you have. And I hope you give this a try. This is a lot of fun, and it looks real painterly and blended, and I like that look with these digis. So join me in 2 weeks and we'll experiment with another coloring process to finish up your digis. Thank you for joining us. Have a great week.